America. Blues America. I got the blues. America, 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 America.
Blues America is supported by Record High Vinyl Store in Phoenix, the place for serious music fans and vinyl collectors to find large quantities of first pressings, limited editions, box sets, audiophile, and vintage catalog, including blues, soul, jazz. They buy, sell, and trade, and offer vinyl cleaning and flattening service. Visit the store, located at 4242 East University Drive in Phoenix, or for more online at recordhighinphoenix.com. Like them on Facebook. Record High in Phoenix. Experience one of the last great record stores.
Damn right we got the blues. Blues America. Right now.
Blues America is supported by the Rhythm Room. The world famous and historical Rhythm Room Concert Club is Arizona's premier blues hotspot, hosting nightly live music. Located at 1019 East Indian School Road in Phoenix and online at www.rhythmroom.com.
You're listening to Blues America. Blues America. Blues America. Taking you down to the crossroads. You ready?
I got the blues, yes I do. Well, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I came home last night.
You're listening to Blues America. I'm Drew Verbis, and I'm sitting down with the king of Arizona blues, singing legend Big Pete Pearson. So now, Pete, you are introduced to the blues, and you become a blues singer. So tell us what the blues is.
Well, to me, the blues is my life, and the blues today, I guess maybe a lot of youngsters don't realize what the blues is all about. Blues is life. It's all about your life, and it's everyday life for you. I mean, you know, a lot of them don't understand what blues is supposed to be. I myself have lived a lot of it. I mean, I've had my ups and downs, and I've managed to overcome. Blues is just like anything else in life. If you treat it right, it's going to treat you right, and it's just like life. I mean, life will treat you the way you live it. I mean, if you live it wrong, it's going to do you wrong. But I've been very fortunate. I've worked with some of the best. And if I had to live it all over again, I would like to live it just the way I have in the past years, plumb up till today. I've been very fortunate in life as far as the blues. It's my life. And without it, I don't know what I would do, because blues is what makes me go, I guess, you know. And when I started working at Charlie's Playhouse and with Blues by Hubbard and the Jets, well, we had chances to back a lot of people, you know, like Big Joe Turner and Johnny Ace, Little Junior Parker, T-Bone Walker, Etta James, and it was just so many came through Charlie's Playhouse. And we worked with Tony Vaughn. He was a big DJ in Texas at the time. We worked up in Taylor, Texas. And he always booked Etta James them in, and we backed up Big Mama Thornton. It was just a variety of musicians that came through and worked at Charlie's at the time.
Pete, did those guys ever give you some pointers, or you have conversations with those guys?
Yeah, you know, they told me if I really loved what I was doing, keep it up, and you know. And at the time, I think I met BB. I first met him. I was about 17, maybe a little younger. I can't remember the exact year now, but we was playing on 7th Street. But he had a nightclub there. Charlie did. The guy that used to own Charlie's Playhouse, and we was playing there. And he came to town. That's when I first got to meet him. So I got to meet him, and I've known him now for roughly close to 50, 60 years, you know. And he was my big inspiration, man. Everything that BB did, I thought was one of the greatest things that ever happened. He was my big inspiration in my music life.
I came to call to be the boss.
Got a black cat bone and a mojo too. You're listening to Blues America. Blues America. Blues America.
They call me the screamer. Girl, I scream all night long. They call me the screamer.
What do you think makes a good blues singer?
Well, I can't speak for everybody else, but me, myself, whatever I do, I try to bring it from my heart. You know, I notice a lot of blues artists, blues singers, they shout the blues, but they just shouting it, and I don't think it's coming from their heart. If you are sincere about what you're doing, you can feel it. The person in front of you can feel it. It's like going to church. It's soul searching. I mean, if you're singing and you're telling the truth, the person in front of you listening to you know that you're bringing it from your heart, and it's sincere. You know, if you bring it from the heart, you can be a much better artist because, like I say, I mean, you know, you can be good at anything you do, but if you're not sincere about it, you're losing something. You're going to lose probably some of your crowd or some of your fans because you're just doing something. You're not being sincere about what you do. And your fans will know when you are being sincere about your music or your life. And like I said, my music is my life, and I love my life.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to scream, baby.
Now, Pete, you've had a lot of bands over the years. How do you keep a band together? What's the formula, and what makes a good band?
Well, you know, I've had 2 bands that I've had myself, that I've been the leader of since I've been in the business. And one thing, you do your best to treat them right, and you try to get the best work you can for them, get the best salary that you think you can get for them. Being honest with them is one of the main things I tell anybody. Now, there are a lot of musicians who will say, oh, man, you didn't treat me right. No, I never mistreated nobody in my life. If you think I didn't treat you right, you weren't treating yourself right, because it wasn't me that mistreated you. And I do have musicians that have said that. And, you know, you can't make everybody happy when you're being a leader of a band, because everybody have their own thoughts about how they would like to be treated, what they would like to do. With you being the leader of the band, what would you do? How will you treat me? How come you do this for that guy? You don't do this for the other guy? Well, hey, that's your feelings. I do the same for all of my musicians. I have worked in bands and worked for nightclubs that I didn't make a dime. I paid my band and didn't make no money. And a lot of the musicians that know that was working with me at the time would tell you, see, yeah, Pete worked, he didn't make a dime, but he paid us. Being a leader of a band is hard, because it's so hard to please a lot of the musicians, and you can't satisfy everybody, you know, and it's a rough position to be in.
Don't you mess with me. Don't you mess with me. Don't you mess with me, woman. I'll send you to your grave.
listening to Blues America. I'm your host, Drew Verbis, and I'm sitting down with the king of Arizona blues, singing legend, Big Pete Pearson. So when did you first start recording, Pete? You've got some solo albums out there, and you've also done a lot of session work.
Yeah, I'm guessing, because I don't remember the first year I did some recording. I think it was in 67, 70 or something like that when I first started recording. Now, I worked with other bands that recorded, but I wasn't in charge, so I was just there. In fact, I don't think we even got credit. We just got paid, and the artist was the big thing of it, you know. I worked with, like people like Gatemouth Brown, Johnny Ace, Big Joe Turner, Big Mama Thorne, Big Mama Mabley. I just can't remember all of them. It's just too many. But recording with them, going to Don Roby's studio in Houston, but when I first started recording, I did a recording here in Arizona. I can't remember the label now, but I think it was in the late 60s or early 70s. And then my first album that I done was called One More Drink. And I wrote most of it. Some of the stuff on there that was cover tune, but I wrote most of everything. And then after that album, I wrote everything. Yeah, I didn't use any more cover tunes after that because we found out as my promoters that I was working with at the time said, well, if we're going to make it, Pete, I think you're going to have to write all your material, and we did.
Now, let me ask you, do you have a favorite track on there, and do you have a signature number that you love to sing all the time?
No Love Lost. That's on that album. That's one of my favorite songs on there. I wrote that myself. No Love Lost. I thought that was one of the better hits that's on it. And One More Drink was good, too.
Baby, sweet love, hot love, oh, love, love.
Blues America is endorsed by the Phoenix Blues Society. Learn how to become a member at phoenixblues.org.
Tell me, why did you leave me? Tell me, why did you make me cry?
Hey, Pete, did you do an album called The Screamer?
Yeah. Hey, man, that album was one of the hottest albums that I ever put out. In fact, I got two awards for that. Well, no, I take it back. I got one. It was the best individual blues album of the year. That was pretty hot. I had Joey DeFrancisco. I had Joey DiNato doing some horn work on it. It turned out great, man. That everybody loves that album, The Screamer, man. It was just good, you know. And it really went places, man. When that album went out, and it's shot overseas. It hit #1 on the blues charts over there. That's why I really got a big break then, you know. Somebody heard it, and next thing I had a few promoters calling me and asked me, would I like to come over there and work? And they said, well, we have a band for you. They wouldn't bring a band from here for some reason. They didn't want to spend the money, I guess. I started working with a band over there, and it was called The Gamblers.
That's what I was going to ask you. You did a CD with The Gamblers, and it's
Yeah.
called Choose. That's your latest one?
Yeah, that's the latest one with them. Yeah, and it went over like ice cream and cake, man. It hit #1 on the charts too, and we was really proud of that album, man. And the Gamblers, it was some bad dudes, man. All Italian band. They didn't talk a lot of English, but man, they could sing English and play the heck out of the blues. They was really good musicians, and I've been trying to figure out how to get them to the United States. I like to bring them over and do some shows, but I haven't been able to pick up a sponsor to bring them over yet. But I'm still searching. I work with these guys. When we did the Screamer, it was good. Most of the people that we had in the band at the time had been together for quite some time. We had some people in the band that was new, that, it was somewhat problems sometime.